You're on Richmond's Morning News, News Radio WRVA. I'm Rich Herrera. You can find us online, facebook.com/News Radio WRVA. We're asking online and on the James River Air text line at 833-804-1140. Would you wear something in public that identifies you, a shirt that identifies you as a conservative? Big question we're asking this morning. We're going to do, that's the 933 experiment. That's what we're going to talk about coming up about an hour from now. But right now, let's run out to the WRVA Newsmaker Hotline. Joining us right now, former member of the House of Representatives, now a member of the House of Delegates, Tom Garrett, joining us here on News Radio WRVA. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, man. So when I wear something in public that identifies me as a conservative, I'm driving down the road yesterday, and I'm not making this up, and I'm thinking to myself, where can I get an ICE windbreaker, Immigration and Customs Enforcement windbreaker, because I need something to wear to the polling place in November. And I think that answers your question. And people say, "Oh, Tom Garrett's horrible. Tom Garrett's horrible."
I hear that all the time from people.
Well, yeah, I hear it all the time from people too. And we'll just let our Creator judge us when our day comes, and we'll see where we end up. Here's the thing, right? And I'm not even kidding. I mean, let's everybody order ICE windbreakers and wear those to go vote. Number one, freedom of speech. You're allowed to wear it. Number two, it's a law enforcement entity that we should all support, because we should hope our politicians pass laws that are supportable, right? Like those agents are doing the job that we told them to do when we cast ballots to elect the people that pass the laws. Number three, who cares if ICE is at polling places, since we've been told a million times that no one illegal is voting, right? So, maybe it starts here on Richmond's Morning News, but I feel like required garb for your voting trip, if you're going to vote in person at the polls, should be a navy blue windbreaker with large yellow letters on the back that say ICE. And does that mean? I don't think so. If no illegals are voting, why do they care? And why do we oppose our law enforcement who's enforcing laws that our politicians that we elected, Democrats and Republicans, have passed?
Yeah,
what happens instead is they pass laws that
all right, now you're going to take me down a rabbit hole, and we won't have time for that, because I do want to get to the whole ICE thing.
What I do, Herrera. Oler said, Garrett, you can only come on if every other time you take Herrera down a rabbit hole.
Listen, I want to talk about SNAP, but I need to do some more information. I need to do some more research on that. But there is one thing I do want to bring up with you. Kids are getting ready to go back to school, right?
I do. Yes, they've already gone back in some places.
College kids are getting ready to go back to school. But I saw something.
If you can call what they do in colleges these days school, yes, that's happening too.
They're going back to campus. Fair enough? Better?
I think that's good. It's daycare. It's young adult daycare. Yeah, right. With no supervision between the hours of 7 p.m. and 7 a.m.
We're going to have a conversation. Stay with me here. Don't take me down these different rabbit holes. Coming up, we're going to have a talk about affordability, and that's one of the big things that this next generation is complaining about. And I saw a story the other day that for Gen Z and for some millennials, they think that the economy is so bad that they don't have a chance, blah, 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 that they think online gambling, is something that they should do as an investment into their retirement. They actually think by betting on games, the prop bets, all the rest of the stuff that simply exploded over the last few years, that it is something good for them to do. And just like putting money into an IRA or investing in real estate or in the stock market, they look at online gaming in the same manner as putting money away into a 401k, and it blows my mind. Now, full transparency, I at one point was a spokesperson for the Win online gaming app when they first came out. But as I see what's going on in these college campuses, and I see the real addiction that's going on, it's something to be concerned about, because we don't have it here in Virginia, but it's probably coming our way.
Well, it's definitively coming our way. If indeed young people think that online gaming is a path to financial security in their advanced years, then it's worse than I thought. There's a couple of sub-stories here. We just watched 5 Republican lawmakers suck down $100,000 each from the Sports Betting Alliance, which is the Turn Every Cell Phone into a Casino Alliance, backed by DraftKings and MGM, Grand Casinos, etc. We watched the bill that would turn every cell phone into casinos die in a Senate committee, die in a House committee, be resurrected in the Senate committee, be resurrected in a House committee, die on the Senate floor, die on the House floor, and be resurrected on both. and we can follow about $4 million straight back to Abigail Spanberger and Don Scott. There's $1 million of it right there, actually over $1 million. About $3.5 million to Democrats, 1.5 million to Republicans in the course of 1 year or so. And we watch people say this is a bad idea and immediately get a $100,000 check and change their vote. So there's multiple things going on here. Number one, is it the role of government to regulate gambling? It always has been. Legally, the courts say it is, so it is. Number two, how about transparency and campaign finance? I get criticized all the time for having taken money from entity X or Y. I'll show you the vote where I voted against them, right? Huey Long, not someone normally to be emulated, perhaps the most corrupt politician in American history, said if you can't smoke their free cigars, drink their free scotch, eat their free steak, and the very next day tell them to go to hell, you belong in another line of work. I think he was right about that, right? And yet, you got these people doing cartwheels who've opposed a casino on every cell phone, every 15-year-old cell phone, let alone every cell phone. Going, well, I supported skill games, so I need to support this. To which I responded, and that's an actual conversation. Gee, is there a skill game on your bedside table? Is there a skill game in your pocket? Does your 17-year-old have a skill game in their car when they drive? So there's so many things here. Number one, the public policy argument. Number two, the campaign finance argument. Number three, who are we? Who are we as a people? Who do we want to elect? And this is a microcosm. David Poole has a page. He's a journalist, and I don't think he's a Republican, but he's a hell of a good journalist, right? He tells the truth and lets you sort out the facts based on your knowledge. And he kind of exposed this. We gave a floor speech on February 17th, which you can find on Tom Garrett for Delegate if you scroll back to February 17th, that beat the bill. And then it came back after the Speaker of the House, Rich, listen to this, they recessed, called every single Democrat into chambers, and every one of them flipped their votes in 10 minutes. I don't know what was said there, but when a group gives $5 million to Abigail Spanberger for governor and Jay Jones for attorney general and Louise Lucas and Don Scott, and then Frankenstein's monster dies 4 times only to be passed into law, maybe we should wonder what's going on, right?
And by the way, I'm going to jump in here with you because I'm going to warn parents as your kids are getting ready to go to school, especially if you have young men, you need to keep an eye on this because if they go to a school, they go somewhere where there is legalized online gaming. And again, listen, I was a spokesperson.
It's in their pocket. It's already there.
I've done this. I've worked in Vegas. I've done shows from casinos and everything. I'm an adult. I stay away from Vegas because I love Vegas and Vegas likes me too much, so I don't go all the time. But here's what I'll tell you is I would see college kids. I know this one kid who had 3 different betting apps, and he used one against the other. He had a couple different credit cards. His parents didn't know about it, and he was using one credit card to float another credit card to float another credit card to float the 3 apps, and he was so into it because he thought, I'm going to hit it big. I'm going to hit it big. He'd hit it once a month, and then he was so far in debt. This thing is dangerous. It's addictive, and especially when these apps will reach out to you with notifications. Hey, this game is just starting. Hey, this game is just starting. Hey, you could bet on who's going to score the first touchdown in this football game. It is dangerous.
Yeah, and so we know that young men are targeted, and we know that young men's brains aren't fully formed until probably about age 25.
Or 59.
And we know that they've spent billions studying neuro pathways and psychological behavior and stimulus to beget a particular desired outcome, and it's desired by who? It's desired by the casinos. They take advantage of your own belief that you're smarter than the system, because anyone with any brain knows that the casino's not in business to lose money, right? And
they don't build those casinos out of the goodness of their heart. It's your dollars and mine.
All right, let's walk this dog down the road, right? So you get an entire generation, and by the way, young men are at heightened risk of suicide. Young men with gambling problems are at a 15-fold heightened risk of suicide over their peer group. So and Pennsylvania did this, and they rolled it back. This was started in the United Kingdom. It was a free-for-all. It was so bad that they outlawed it, and we knew all this when we passed it in Virginia. We knew all this, but money, and it's gross, right? I mean,
well, it was led by the NBA. The NBA was the first league to come out and say, "Hey, let's have this. It'll help pump up the WNBA." This is 100% Adam Silver's Frankenstein monster. He's Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah, ultimately, I don't have any influence over Adam Silver, but I do have 1% of 1/2 of one branch of the Virginia tripartite government that I control. So I'm just going to stand up and do what's right. And again, the argument, like, Well, you take money from so-and-so is a stupid argument because I can show you the votes where I told them to go to hell. I don't know. I mean, there will be a death toll from this policy, and it won't be 1,000 deaths at once. It'll be one here and one there. It'll be a dad who never sees his kids again, or a mom who never sees her husband again, or a husband who never sees his wife again, because we have the responsibility to regulate this, right? This isn't Garrett's anti-freedom. That's absolutely positively precedentially proven. But we've chosen to do whatever the people that can give us the most money pay us to do, without regard to the people who elected us or who we should serve, whether they voted for us or not. And that's just, I don't have words, and it gets me fired up. You may be able to tell.
Just a little bit. Where can people find you, Mr. Garrett?
Oh my goodness. Tom Drops Bombs on YouTube is the one we're trying to grow. We just crossed 43,000 followers on Delegate Tom Garrett on Facebook, which is nuts because I think we had 1,000 about 6 months ago. Yeah. And I mean, Rich, I'm trying to do the best I can with the limited gifts God's given me, and things like this, where I know I'm actually helping people who perhaps I'll never meet. I get fired up for. So
there you go. That's where you find Tom Garrett. He joins us every Tuesday with a little inside information of what goes on at Capitol Square. Oh, by the way, your fundraiser coming up.
Yeah, there's a machine gun shoot at Black Creek Rifle Range in Hanover County. Machine gun shoot. We will have crazy stuff like belt-fed machine guns. You can, a flight of beer. Well, I haven't had a drink in over 8 years. You can pay to shoot a flight of submachine guns, including the H&K MP5, the Uzi, the Chris Vector, and so it's just. And we will have a lot of professional trained former military and law enforcement range control. It will be super double safe. And that's the most fun you can have with your clothes on. Go to Delegate Tom Garrett on Facebook for more information on that. Delegate Tom Garrett on Facebook. 2 R's, 2 T's. Just like Herrera, it has 2 R's.
There you go. Something in common. Something in common. All right. Tom Garrett, talk to you next week.
You have a bonus R. Talk to you next week, Rich.
Take care. Nobody's ever said that. Herrera, you got a bonus R. Number for you to comment, 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140 on the James River Air text line. Let me remind everybody that the program today is brought to you in part by our friends at Men's Wellness Center. So, two kinds of guys I know. The ones that actually pick up the phone and call